thought you was dead. Oh, come on now. Come on. Don't you take a
What? All right, welcome back to another School Principal Reacts. This is Brandon coming to you with another episode of The Proud Family. I did quite enjoy the first episode that I've already looked at. Check it out if you haven't seen it before. This one is called Teacher's Pet, and many of you guys recommended this one when I did the first episode of The Proud Family. I see a lot of familiar faces from that first episode, and I also see that they're in school here, which is right up my alley. This one, again, is called Teacher's Pet. I don't know anything about it, don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to react to it here, right here with you. Really quickly, if you're not yet a subscriber, take a minute before we begin and just click the button below to subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it, but let's keep going with the episode.
Well, class, your essays on who inspires me certainly didn't inspire me. But despite your supreme lack of creativity...
Dude, why would you say that? That's pretty bad. This teacher, I mean, that's not quite a potential firing, but she needs to change. She's going to have a discussion with either the principal or one of the administrators about how you talk to students and how to give them feedback on their writing. There's other ways of doing it aside from this. This is really awful, but let's keep going.
Everyone got a decent grade, except for one underachiever.
I can tell you who that underachiever is.
You would never say that.
Me.
No way, Penny. Shoot, you the smartest kid in this class. Well, maybe not smarter than La Cienega.
A D minus? Man, what did I tell you?
A D minus?
And that is not great. And she didn't say who the underachiever was, but you would never say that. This teacher is awful. Absolutely awful. You would never say that everybody did well except for one person, that they're an underachiever. You would never say that. The more she does this, the more I'm thinking it might be a potential firing, but technically probably not because she didn't actually say who it was. But if she does this on a regular basis, she could possibly be fired for this. If they talk to her about it and she doesn't change, yeah. Certainly.
Man, but this isn't fair. I write my essay on why Hillary Clinton inspires me and get a D, while you get a B with your 10-sentence essay on why Sir Paid a Lot inspires you, which you happen to write 3 minutes before class.
Look, Penny, don't hate the player, hate the game.
That is sort of messed up. Based on what she said, it seems like Penny put a lot more effort into her writing than this other girl. Does it necessarily mean that it's not fair? Well, it depends on why those grades were assigned, what the assignment was, what the parameters of that assignment were, and what sort of feedback she gets, if anything at all, from the teacher. Okay, she's gonna ask about it.
Miss Dinkins, I would like to know why I got a D minus on my
Fair
essay.
question.
Because I didn't like it.
Well, if I didn't know better, I'd say it's because you don't like me.
If you had put that kind of thinking into your paper, you might have gotten a better grade.
I didn't know if that was a real car crashing or what. She said she didn't like it, which at first I'm like, that's inappropriate. You can't say it like that, and you can't make value judgments like that. In other words, I didn't like what you wrote about or whatever. You can't do that. Now, she didn't exactly say that. She could have theoretically meant, I didn't like it because it was not well written or because you didn't follow the directions, but she needs to clarify. And it makes me think that maybe there's some legitimate issue with it because she said, if you had put that kind of thinking into your paper, you would have gotten a better grade. Now, this teacher is awful. I'm not defending much of what she's saying at all because she needs to completely change. She needs to get out, really. She needs to get out or completely change everything about herself, which is not very easy for most people to do. She wasn't 100% clear on, did she give her a D because she didn't like what she wrote about, which would be totally inappropriate, or she didn't like it in that it wasn't well written or it didn't follow the parameters of the assignment. So we'll have to get some more information about that if they give it.
Well, Miss Proud, if your parents don't show up today, they'll just have to show up when I flunk you.
My sugar mom is on the way, Miss
Okay, this lady would be fired. This is a potential firing. All of these statements by themselves probably wouldn't be a firing, but all together, and she's just unapologetically having this attitude and making these types of statements, she's not going to last long. She would probably end up being fired for these kinds of statements. You don't talk about flunking students. You just don't say that. Now, do students sometimes not pass the class? Yes, but this sort of attitude makes it sound like you actually enjoy it and you don't want to help Penny and you want her to fail, which someone like that has no business in education. But let's keep going.
Oh, relax, little girl. Just a joke.
A joke. You can't joke like that.
There's a runaway floor wax in the hallway. Thing ran over my poor puff.
What?
Now where's this Miss Dinkins?
What?
You guys know each other?
Gertie? Girl, I thought you was dead. Not that you don't look the part.
So what part are you playing? Sugar mummy?
Wait a minute now. We can pick this right up where we left off. Ain't nothing changed in 50 years, including your bad breath.
Hey, if it's a fight you want, it's on.
Oh, bring it on, baby.
What? What is going on? Okay, this is wild. This would never happen in real life. Now, have I seen adults almost come to blows? I have seen that. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. However, this is sort of crazy. She's a teacher. She's a certified teacher with a college degree. She's a professional. She's held to the ethical standards. My thing is, she would never do this. And if she would have been fired long ago, either for ethical violations or for this attitude that she has. She's really been a teacher for a long time. She would have never survived this long as an educator. So this is really unrealistic that they would walk in and immediately start physically fighting. And these, ladies look quite old, and they're not setting a good example for Penny either. They walk in, they start fighting. They're like showing her, oh yeah, this is the way to handle your problems, which is the complete opposite of what they should be teaching her. These two ladies are not behaving well here. Took her teeth out. What? Come on.
Stop! You two shouldn't be fighting.
True.
This conference is about me.
True.
It was never about you, Penny. This old prune eater wants to get back at me by messing with your grades. Come on, Gertie.
And this is sort of wild that Penny is talking way more sense than either of these two. Now, one thing that this grandma said sort of struck a nerve with me. I have heard statements like this made. I have worked in smaller communities and larger cities, and it is true that especially in a smaller community, you have people that are related to each other or knew each other in high school, and you do have accusations. I've heard them before that this particular teacher is like being too hard on my child because they don't like me because of stuff that we had going on back in the day. I've heard that before. In my experience, it tends not to be true. I mean, that would be sort of wild that I'm going to be harder on your child because I don't like you. And even in situations where I felt that there was some tension there and maybe some bad blood or whatever, the notion that a professional educator is going to do that is really sort of crazy. Now, I'm sure it's happened before. It's just, in my experience, even if a teacher sort of feels that way, they're very careful to sort of walk that line because they know that people know that they have bad blood, and they know that if they cross that line and it becomes sort of obvious that they're not treating them fairly, that's going to be found out really quickly. But I have heard statements made like this before.
If you want some, get some.
What?
Oh, come on now. Come on. Don't you tap
What? Did you see that? And this is right out of like, Looney Tunes with the cloud of smoke and the body parts hanging out. She was like flying through the air in like a drop kick pose. Like, what in the world? And you see Penny here. I really feel sorry for her. Poor Penny. She's just trying to get help. She's just trying to get an explanation for her grade or what's going on with it. And these two ladies are physically fighting. Now, if this really happened, you hear them screaming and stuff, that's going to be heard instantly. Even if this is after school hours by other teachers, other staff in the school, the police are going to be called, or the SRO if they have one, or an administrator. And they're going to come running and they're going to physically separate these two ladies who are actually fighting. But poor Penny, look at her face here. I really feel bad for her.
We need to talk. I don't know who you think you are, but no one treats Oscar Proud's kids this way. And another thing. Ow!
I don't know who you
What?
think you are, coming over to my house uninvited and trying to jump bad with me.
So, a couple of things. This is really crazy. So, I did skip a couple of scenes, obviously, but Penny's dad goes over to this teacher's house uninvited, which is totally inappropriate also. These meetings should be taking place at school. There's no reason he can't go to the school and talk to her. Going over to her house is sort of an invasion of her privacy and crosses certain professional boundaries. Now, can you go over to people's houses and knock on the door? Sure you can. There's nothing stopping that. It's just sort of bad taste to do that, and it really can get ugly because you are no longer at the school where these meetings are supposed to happen. You're at this person's home, and so this teacher doesn't have to invite him in or allow him in at all. She can just say, come up to the school on Monday or whatever, and we'll talk. And if they say, no, I want to talk to you now. I've had people try to do that to educators that I've known. I have had that happen to me before. It's really bad taste and really unprofessional. This teacher would be well within her rights to say, I don't do conferences at my house. Please come to the school. And they really can't get too upset at that. Now, they can get upset at the issue, at the grade issue, but you really can't automatically expect to be able to talk to this teacher on the weekend or after hours if she's at home. Now, she should not have struck him with a ruler. This is sort of crazy that she would even be holding a ruler. I've never seen anybody really hold a ruler, not a tape measure, but a ruler, like at their home and carry it around. I've never seen that before in real life, but this is really not a great situation here.
You're just like your mama, rude and loud.
Hey, nobody talks about my mama. Nobody talks. Ow!
I see I'm gonna have to teach you some manners.
Oh,
and
boy.
quit slouching.
Ow! Yes, ma'am. Ow!
What?
Mamie, look who's here after all these years.
I don't believe it, Mary. It's Gertie and Sugar Bear.
Oh, no.
Sugar
the
Bear.
Darnell sisters.
Have you two snooty skeezers been getting along?
Oh, we've been fine. Check out the ice.
Bling bling. We've been the Jitterbug champions the last half century.
Big deal. You two never beat us.
But apparently Father Time did.
Dang, they straight clowned y'all. If that was me and my girl Dejanay, we would take them down.
And that's not good advice, Penny. Okay, I'm not sure what she means by take them down. Hopefully not physically here, although they seem to be pretty quick to jump into a fight. So I did skip a little bit. I did actually watch the end, and obviously they end up kind of becoming friends again, or at least putting aside their disagreement here. Really interesting. There are no more school scenes in this. That's why I sort of ended it a little prematurely, but I actually enjoyed this episode. It does bring out some realities of teacher, student, parent issues and conferences, although this was really, really extreme. Some of the things that happened in this episode, but there are shreds of truth in there that do happen in real life. Special thanks to the channel member that recommended this episode to me, and several of you all mentioned it as well. I really do enjoy the show. Let me know if you'd like me to do more Proud Family, and if so, what episode is your favorite or you think that would really go well with this channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not a current subscriber, and I'll see you on my next video. I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. This has been School Principal Reacts. Thanks for watching.